Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tacticals. You can see we're in hoodies today. It's middle of October here in the Midwest. I love this time of year. Weather starts changing, not so hot. We can get out here, shoot more at the range and stuff. But also what we notice in our business with holsters is this is the time where people tend to change what they carry. During the summer, they tend to go to smaller guns, not all the time, but generally speaking, it's kind of the trend. So I wanted to do a video on the top 5, and this is just my opinion. This isn't stats, this isn't anything else. This is just my opinion. The top 5 mid-size slash subcompact pistols. You know, once you get into hoodie weather, you can carry outside the waistband, under a sweatshirt fairly easy. Your options for concealing a pistol go up greatly for most people. So you can pull off carrying a little bit bigger pistol. The plus side to that is modern day pistols have came so far. There's a lot of micro 9, small, even pocket pistols like the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, the new 2.0, that shoot great, but they still don't have the feel of a full-size pistol, which most people always shoot a full-size pistol better. So these guns in the mid-size subcompact category kind of give you a blend of both of those. Generally speaking, they'll be a little bit wider pistols. They won't be the super thin guns. I do have one in here that's to the exception of that. But overall, they're a little bit bigger, a little bit more round capacity. And people that have larger hands at all, they're just a way more comfortable gun to shoot. And it just gives them kind of that option. So I'm going to start, and like I said, this is just my opinion. I'm not going to do them in any specific order, like there's a number 1 or nothing. I'll tell you my personal preference at the end, but I'll just go through the 5 that I think are the best bets for 2024 and what I see a lot of people carrying and what I think would be a good option for people. So I'll just start with the back one. Glock 19. This is a Gen 5. Glock 19's been around forever. It's one of those pistols that is not overwhelming with features, but it's one of those that you cannot argue the overall reliability and how the pistol works. It's got a long track record of always functioning, you know, and there's tons of aftermarket stuff you can do to them. They're at a price point. Also if you shoot like a Glock 17 or 34 or something bigger, it shoots just like that. And this is the biggest of the guns I got out today, you know, right at more or less a 4-inch barrel, but it's still very concealable. I wouldn't say it's a full-size gun, but it's not a small gun either. So this is the bigger size. Glock 19, you know, 15 round magazines in it, not super wide. Like I said, it's not the most feature-packed pistol, but it's one of those you can always rely on, and it's got a track record to prove that. The next pistol I'll go to is one of my favorites. If you watch the videos, you know I'm a huge Walther fan. Walther makes great pistols. When they came out with this Walther, the 3.5-inch F-Series, I think they really nailed this market in my opinion. It's packed with features, which we'll go over here in a second, but it's got that full-size feel, but in a package that you can conceal. Out of all these pistols today, I think it has the most and best features in my opinion. It's got good serrations on it. The grip texture, as you can see, is great. Very easy to shoot. The trigger, if you're used to Walthers, it's got an amazing trigger in it. Reset's great. It's ready for optics. A big thing for me as well is I'm left-handed, so not all these pistols are really set up for left-handed shooters. More and more they are, like the Gen 5 Glocks have it where the slide release is there, but they're not all that way. So it's just, for me, it's a huge thing to think about being left-handed. You can swap everything and make it work. It's got the slide bar releases on it, optic ready, 15 round magazines. It's just a great choice for a pistol that is small enough to conceal, but literally shoots like a full-size pistol. This is definitely one of them. The next one, and will probably be the most popular currently in 2024 for what we sell holsters for and what people are buying, is the 365 X Macro. This is the AXG Legion version of it, but this, I'll include just the X Macro in it because the X Macro shoots just as good as this one. But the Legion version is metal frame, comes with the 17 round mags in it, so you get a lot of round capacity. But if you look at this pistol compared to the other 2 we just did, like here's the Glock, they're noticeably narrower, but with actually more round capacity out of it. But all other things considered, it's really close to the same size. So it's just another great option. One of the downsides to this, it has a good trigger in it. It's a little more mushy than what some of them are, but it is we talked about the slide release for those left-handed shooters like me. There is no slide release. So it makes it a little more difficult to work if you're a left-handed shooter, but it's got some other features, flared magwell and different things that really make it a good choice. It's got great night sights on it, optic ready. This is a pistol that a lot of people are gravitating to because it's kind of a mix of, I won't say a micro gun by any means, but the narrowness of a micro gun, but with the shootability of a full-size gun. It just does a really good job. The AXG Legion with the metal frame adds a little bit more weight, which helps with shootability as well. So definitely that's a great option, and we see a ton of people gravitating towards this as an all-around carry pistol. But like I said, putting it next to these other guns, you can see it's in the same size category. I'd never put the AXG Legion into a micro 9 category because that's definitely not what it is with that full-size grip and things like that. But there are options in the 365 lineup if you want to go to the micro 9s. The next one, this is another one of my favorite, just a all around reliability, quality build, and also features at the same time, is the HK VP9 SK. Comes optic ready. You can see the sights on it. It's got amazing sights from the get-go. The grip and ergonomics of this gun, you can see it just contours in your hand and just feels really, really good. The trigger on the HKs are also very good. Just a quick reset, then a good break. This is a very good option. And going back to the left-handed shooters, it gives you that option for right or left-handed. It's got the slide bar release there. You can swap the mags. It's just a good all-around choice. And this pistol literally shoots like a full-size pistol as well. But this has the extended mag in it. They also make the flush one if you want even more concealability. But you know, this time of year, you could easily pull off carrying this under a sweatshirt fairly easy. The last one, and what I think is probably the most underrated out of any of them I'm going to show you today, is the CZ P10S. This is a subcompact version of the CZ P10C, which is the P10C is more or less like a Glock 19 size. This is a little smaller, but it's only smaller in the grip. So if you look at a Glock 19 compared to this, the barrel's a little bit shorter, but it's really the grip. If you put a flush mag in there, it makes it a little bit smaller. But this pistol, reliability wise, is amazing. You don't see them everywhere, and that's why I think it's underrated, because people just don't know that much about them. This is a non-optic version. They do make optic versions of them as well. But the one downside to this is I don't care for the texture of it. Like if you look at all these guns up close, you can just kind of go through all the guns. The texturing on this is not as good as the rest of the options, in my opinion. It's similar to a Glock, but I think Glock's is even a little bit better. It's just a little different feel, but shootability of this gun is really good. It's just an all-around good choice. The CZ P10C is an amazing gun, and this is literally shoots just as good as that. The trigger got that much take up, and then a pretty good break. The trigger's not as good as the HK or the Walther, in my opinion, but overall for the money, I think it's the most underrated, I'm sorry. In my opinion, if I was going to pick one of these guns to carry though, and this is just me personally, and this is hard to say because everybody knows I'm a Walther fan, I would personally pick the VP9 SK. I just love the ergonomics of it. It feels 100% natural in your hand. The sights are amazing. It's ambi, so I can control it. It's just an overall good gun that you could use for literally everything. It could be a home defense gun. It could be a concealed carry gun, just a learning to shoot gun. It just gives you a lot of options in that package. So those are my options. Like I said, going into this time of year, people always wonder what to carry, what changes. You know, what to carry doesn't really matter. You can carry a Bodyguard 2.0 this time of year if you want to, but a lot of people in our market really like options and like switching around. I would say, like I always say, the main thing behind all this is training. If you go from carrying a Bodyguard 2.0, just say all summer long, then go pick up any of these guns that you're going to carry in the winter, definitely train with them, get used to them. Every gun is different, so definitely don't put the training aside. Let me know in the comment section below, if you had an option, what would you think the best mid-size subcompact pistol is? Leave it in the comments below. I'm curious to see There's a ton of great options, and these are just 5. I could go on for a long time. And I tried to pick the more, I won't say budget because they're not all budget, but the lower end. Staccato CS is an amazing option that would fit in this category, but it's in the price range that not a lot of people can afford to carry it and don't carry it as much. So that's why I didn't put it in this video. But bottom line is there's a ton of great guns in the market. Just figure out what fits for you, what features you need, right or left-handed, you know, whether you're gonna run an optic, and weigh all of that into making your decision. So as always, if you guys need anything, reach out to us, support@muddyrivertactical.com. And until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.